What's going on, boys and girls? Welcome back to another Solo Leveling Arise video. Alright guys, before I start, I want to talk about the content creator program. It's back for season 2 as of today, June 20th, so please go onto the site. This will be connected to my description of every video. Show your boy some love, show me some support. We actually up and running for season 2. I was second place last time. I hope to be second place or first place this time as well too. So please go ahead, jump on, support. I have a lot of codes coming your way and a lot of love and some giveaways coming as well too. So please go here, jump on, show me some love, and I'll show you guys the same love back. You guys know how this works. Now, in terms of codes, we're going to be doing it a little differently this time, so it's a little more organized. My Discord will be using a keybot to give away some codes to people in a proper fashion, as well as Nato and I are working together in order to get those out. So join her Discord, join my Discord, make sure you show us some love, and we have a ton of things coming your way. Remember, as content creators, it's our job to create videos for you, and then Netmarble has missions for us. We have to submit our videos for those missions, and in turn, as content creators, we can get you guys codes for the community, which we can give out in mass. So hopefully you guys go and show your boy some love. Remember, this is in the description of every single video. Starts June 20th, season 2. Let's get me up there again, guys. A lot of content to come your way. Now, with that being said, I do want to talk a little bit about the event and whether Netmarble handled this whole thing well or not. Now, what I'm talking about is obviously the big update that came out. Meilin is a brand new character. We're talking about the workshop of Brilliant Light and how everything has turned out with the salvaging event. Those are the main things I want to cover because I think those are the biggest topics to kind of go through. So first off, Meilin, how is she as a character? She is not considered a power creep character. I just want to make sure everyone understands that, because everyone I think has been going in their mind that every single character that comes out going forward is going to replace another character. So that's not the case. She's an incredibly strong character in terms of supporting and buffing and a little bit of debuff for obviously for water, but she's not broken. Okay, she's incredible, but she's not broken. I would say Alicia's broken. I would say Cha's broken right now, but I wouldn't put her in the same category as those two. I would put her in the same category as Min, which still puts her at top tier level, but not broken. So the question becomes, how many more original characters are we going to see? Quite honestly, guys, I'll be real with you. I'm okay with original characters because if you look at the world of solo leveling in general, there really aren't too many characters, if this game plans to be long-term, that can fill the void here. Unless they start doing event characters and seasonal characters of the same genre, I think original characters are a great way to expand the universe and also bring a different flavor and look and feel to what we already know and change it up a little bit. Now, I will admit, we have 3 non-OG characters, okay, that came out. We have Choi, SM Beck, and Cha. Now you have to remember Alicia, and now we have Meilin, and then there's probably going to be one more, I'd imagine, after this that's also an OG character, or sorry, an original character, or could also be a character from the manhwa, right? So that's one thing a lot of people are complaining about is the original characters coming out. I personally don't mind it. Again, it expands the world, especially if they do webtoons like they did with Alicia's story, which I thought was incredibly well done, by the way. So kudos to Netmarble for doing that. And if they're working with with anyone associated to the manhwa in any way, shape, or form, we know the author is no longer around, but if anyone who was associated to it and they're creating this expansive world that we can all kind of join in, I'm all for it, guys. All for it. So I think Meilin as a character is a great character. I think having another support character added to the roster is fantastic because quite honestly, we only have Joe-hee and really Min. If you really think about it, right? Lee Bora a little bit, but she's also a little bit of a hybrid DPS. But Meilin fills a void very, very well. And I think she's a great addition to the roster. All right? Now, let's talk about the introduction of the Workshop of Brilliant Light. I want to talk about the good and the bad. All right, so first off, the good. I think the difficulty is fantastic. I know a lot of free-to-play players are going to be up in arms for me saying this, but I do think it's fantastic. Because here's the reason why. By the time Baron comes out, which is going to be in September, we need to have some form of difficult content to hold on to before that happens, right? Because that's going to be the next real big release with chapters and everything else. I think the workshop is a fantastic way of introducing harder content and raids and roguelike modes that we don't currently have. So I think difficulty-wise, that's the part I enjoy the most. Yes, for free-to-play, I can't finish floor 25 yet. It is what it is. I'll get there eventually with the brand new sets that come out. Cerberus right now I can farm. I'm good with that. I'm getting drops and it's fine, okay? So I'm good with the difficulty. One thing I don't like about it, and I will be honest with you guys, it takes too much time. Yeah. I'm running 2 accounts. Literally, that's all I'm doing right now is those two modes. Now, granted, on the pay to win side, when you start doing that, you no longer really look at these two modes anymore. And I'm talking about the 2 instance modes here. They no longer are valid. They no longer matter, right? And this is what I was saying in my previous video a couple days ago, where I was referring to how they should handle this. If anybody has these 3 tiers completed, I don't know why this is tier 7 with 2. I got a couple of these I got to finish. If you have these at 3 trophies, you should just be able to skip at this point. Right? Because these are stepping stones to the bigger picture, which is the new workshop. So all of this should be skippable at this point. Why? Because we shouldn't be spending our time farming this gear in order to just go ahead and farm the better gear afterwards. If we as free-to-play players can now farm Cerberus a little bit, I think that should be our main focus. And everything else here, if we have 3-star trophies, forget the 50% damage bonus, 50% decrease in damage. Just give us a skip button at this point, guys. Like, we cannot be playing this game all day long. It's becoming that at this point. Because, quite honestly, a lot of people complain about this being too long, right? Sorry, not enough of these. I'm now happy that it's once a week. Now, granted, today was a mishap. I don't know why we got 2 extra tickets. It just kind of happened. I think it's a bug. But this is taking way too long, guys. And quite honestly, I think the sets are great. I think they bring a lot of new flavor to the actual game, and the fact that there's only 3 sets now to focus on with 8 pieces, I'm okay with that. I'm all good with that. What I don't like, of course, is the fact that we're spending about an hour and a half in here trying to farm all these things. So that's including the Cerberus fight, the 25th floor, and then the 50th floor, not to mention the 2 blessings. And if you don't like your blessings, you got to go back and redo those stages in order to get new ones. Too much. Too much. Even if it's once a week, it's too much. So you guys really need to figure this out. Make the rest of the content in this game a little bit easier and more accessible. So for example, like I said, skip button for these would be great. More gate skipping would be great, or half the gates again, double the EXP, double the gold, double the rewards, whatever you need to do. This is meant to be a mobile game, not an all-day endeavor. Not to mention Battlefield of Chaos now uses new keys. If you guys haven't noticed, you actually cannot go any further now with these keys. The ranking is exactly the same, and now you can actually buy additional keys from the mine shop, by the way, just so you guys are aware. It's available for you to purchase now, but you can't go, if you run out of keys, you can't go further in the stages. I think that was never intended, and now they fixed it, and we can't do that anymore. All right, so that's my biggest drawback for this whole event, is the fact that it just takes way too long to do. Just way too long. And I'm not one to complain about how long a game takes to do, because I love playing games. But as a father, as a full-time employee, content creator, and as somebody whose demographic is very much in the same boat as me, it's not feasible to play this all day long. It's just not. Right? It's a mobile game. Mobile games are not supposed to be that long. So that I would love if they just changed something like this. Another thing, season in progress, go back to 1 team, double the damage on everything. Just make it easier on us, guys. Make it easier on us. This is too much as well. There's just way too much to rely on here, way too much content to do. Now that the workshop is out, that should be our main focus. This extra old stuff should be pretty much the old day stuff, right? At the very least, if somebody hits a certain threshold on here, for example, let's say we hit, 50K lets you do, or 5 million lets you do 2 teams. If you get, let's say, 150 million, you can do 1 team. Put those people in a category. Minimize it. Compartmentalize. Am I saying that? Yeah, am I saying that? You got to do that, guys, because it's becoming way too cumbersome and way too difficult to sit here all day and do this, okay? So that is that. Now, let's talk a little bit about the event. This was a little bit of a mess. So when I covered this originally, when the event was spoken about, I originally said that rarity wasn't going to probably matter. Most likely it's going to be the enhancement. I was right. Hate to say it. I wish I was wrong, to be honest with you. This here, the salvaging system is horrible. They need to somehow redo this a little bit and make it more feasible to level things up faster, more efficiently, and at the same time to get more points. I think the points are too low. And not to mention, if you're going to have an exchange shop that lasts for 3 days, every 3 days to get these items, I don't think is enough. This should be every day. To be honest, every day. If I'm going to be farming gates, which gives me white gear and blue gear, I'm going to be farming additional instances and encores, I may as well be able to do this. And at the same time, with the introduction of brand new sets and brand new gear, there should be an introduction of also getting additional ways of getting artifact enhancement chips and weapon enhancement chips. There should be, right? A lot of people ask how I'm able to do it as free to play. Well, I've been farming nothing but blue gates almost at the beginning because I knew what I needed up to this point. Now that gold gates are a thing and gold is an actual commodity we can farm, I've been doing that more often. But they dropped the ball in this event. They dropped the ball a little bit. Now, it's nice to be able to purchase these, but quite honestly, they shouldn't all be RNG. You should be able to choose, for example, Helmet of Burning Curse, attack, additional attack, HP, etc. Put like 5 of these in a category and let us choose what we need. Rather than randomizing every single stat. I don't care if you randomize the substats, at the very least, let us choose our main stats, especially for boots, helmet. Those are the main ones. Let us choose those. And even further, let us pay a little bit more to choose a secondary stat or a primary substat. I don't know, something like that. But there should be more to this, and I think they really dropped the ball in the event. The event itself was a great idea originally, but then they started to do these kind of things, and every 3 days and 20 hours, we're all sitting there farming all this gear that we don't need just in order to salvage it and sell it. So that's going to require enhancement chips, that's going to require gold, and that's going to require, more importantly, more than anything else, our time. Which honestly, a lot of us just don't have that much in real life to give. So guys, Netmarble, please, I hope you do watch this and make a couple changes. I think first off, modify this event a little bit, make it a little more friendly for us, give us ways to get additional chips, give us ways to get enhancement material. Let us choose main stats on this gear. At the very least, let us choose main stats. Maybe some substats, if we decide to pay a little bit more points, etc. Just make it a little easier for us to advance. Now, I don't want everyone to think that I want this to be done in day one. This, again, is endgame content. This is something that we need to live through until September when Baron comes out, right? That's going to be the next big release. But at the very least, they could do a lot more quality of life. But remember what I've told you guys before. Netmarble is great at creating problems and then finding solutions for themselves or for us, making it look like they really care and listen. And they do, but they know what they're doing in the beginning. They're attracting all the whales to spend money in order for the free-to-play also to kind of feel like they need to spend money, and then they convert some people into spenders. That's their job. Business 101, right? But at the same time, guys, if you're vigilant and you hold through and you're patient, I promise you quality of life stuff will come through with this, and we'll most likely get some of the things that I actually requested because, hell, they're common sense things, and the devs know exactly what common sense is. They're just refusing to use it because they know they want people to spend. All right, guys, let me know in the comment section what you guys think. This is Payne. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.